My boyfriend is pressuring me to lose weight. Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm a licensed professional counselor giving my 2 cents to Redditors looking for relationship advice. For reference, I am a 21-year-old woman. I am 166 centimeters tall and around 60 to 62 kilograms. I'm not stick thin, but I'm not fat or overly muscular either. One day, when with my boyfriend, he told me he likes women with abs. The comment came out of nowhere, as we weren't talking about this topic, but I just brushed it off. A while later, he asked several times what my ideal body would be. Again, we weren't really talking about this, so I vaguely answered more toned. It sounds like he's kind of being indirect about something that's bothering him. It might help her on her side if she asks directly what he's insinuating or states directly that those comments make her uncomfortable. He looks me up and down and feels my body and tells me you should lose body fat then. I was quite hurt by this, as I didn't ask him for any advice or start this topic of conversation. He gives me an estimate of what he thinks my fat percentage is. At this point, I ask him if he thinks I'm fat, and he says he could help me and write a workout plan. I expressed my hurt, and we argued slightly. He then apologized and said he was only trying to help. A few hours pass, and I forget all about it. However, again, he brings up the topic and asks what my ideal body type would be. I said, toned again. So great, she does directly state how the comments make her feel, and he does apologize, but the fact that he brings it up again makes me think that in his mind, he is being helpful, and he just wants her to understand that. This happens a lot in disagreements between couples where both sides truly believe that they're coming from a good place, even if the other person feels hurt by what's being said. This is why it can be helpful to understand where your partner's coming from, because if they feel heard, they're more likely to have an open mind to where you're coming from. Let me know in the comments if you want me to maybe go in more detail about this and maybe even kind of talk about how you can use this in your relationships. He then goes onto Instagram and shows me some photos of fitness models asking if I want to look like this girl or this girl. Both girls were very similar, good muscles and abs. I started to get even more upset as I didn't see why he kept persisting with this topic. We argued and he got so mad he punched a wardrobe. He insisted he was trying to help me. I never asked for this. I kind of feel like it sounds like things are like escalating a little bit. Like you have the first part where he's talking about comparing her to someone else, like to social media. And then on the other hand, you have where it's starting to get a little bit more aggressive with him punching things. So the first part, it just kind of feels like it's crossing a boundary a little bit. Like if you want to maintain any of your relationships, you'd probably do well to not compare your partner to other people, especially to their face. As far as him punching the wardrobe, it's easy to paint him as the bad guy. There can be different reasoning behind it. It's hard to say because obviously we're not, talking to the guy, we're not there. But it could be an intimidation thing. It could be that maybe he just has a lot of frustration because he feels like he's trying to be helpful and he doesn't feel like she's seeing his point of view. So it's just a buildup of frustration and he's not really sure what to do with it. I'm just confused as I am healthy and work out regularly. I know I'm attractive, so why has he done this? So overall, it just sounds like she's really confused as to where his questions and his behavior is coming from. And I can only speculate just because, again, I don't know him, I'm not talking to him, things like that. But because he is, pulling up pictures of fitness models and comparing her and asking which body she wants, it worries me that maybe it comes from a little bit more of a superficial standpoint. And I worry that he might be falling victim to the unrealistic expectations that social media can create, that or he's on social media kind of like, already comparing her when he's on there. I guess that's just kind of my concern with that and, my guess as to where that's coming from. To wrap things up, one thing I want to say is just be careful what you compare, in your personal life to social media. whether it's your house, your car, your lifestyle, even your friends. Because in the end, you can end up taking it out on yourself or your loved ones, maybe similar to what was happening here. That's all the time I have for today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Subscribe for more.